Welcome to Metal Planet, a place where every metal and hard rock subgenre is celebrated, from mainstream to underground bands. My name is Max Gray. We are getting closer to the end of the year, but there are still some great releases to be found this week, so here they are. On December 5th, we are going to get an album by Blood Red Throne titled The Siltskin. It will be the 12th studio record by this Norwegian death metal band. Siltskin will feature machine gun drumming and riffs that are a bit more groovy than technical. It will introduce the singer Sindre Watney Jonsson, who joined the band's lineup 2 years ago. The new Blood Red Throne songs are rooted in the old school death metal style, but there are a little bit of black metal spices that appear sporadically, especially in the vocals, because they are sometimes sung with a fry vocal technique instead of death growls. I wouldn't say that the band falls into the blackened death metal category though. It's still the classic death metal sound that is prevalent. Hollow Peak is another formation from Norway. It's a new band featuring the singer Ragnhild Westgard, also known as Nils Sigland, the frontwoman of Theatre of Tragedy between 2004 and 2010. Hollow Peak previously released a few singles and an extended play 2 years ago, but this Friday it will drop its first full-length opus, Obsidian Cult, via the German label Massacre Records. The concept of the album revolves around themes of alienation in the modern digital world, inner battles, and personal renewal, with the different tracks representing a part of a journey between chaos and clarity. Obsidian Cult's first single, Attack, features the captivating vocal style Westgard is known for, slow riffs, and a distinct atmosphere where there is a duality between light and dark. This next release is going to interest people who still buy physical media. The label Rhino will release in a few days a big chunky Dream Theater box set, the studio albums 1992 to 2016, collecting every studio albums by the band except the last three and the very first When Dream and They Unite. In the box you will find classics like Images and Words and Metropolis Part 2, and heavier albums like Train of Thought and Systematic Chaos. It's an awesome box set that Rhino put together. I generally like to collect that type of box set. The price is not that high, it's about 60 USD right now online. I don't have the majority of the Dream Theater records in my collection, so this one is tempting, but as a casual fan of this band and not a diehard, I'm debating whether to get this or not. Do you think I should pull the trigger and grab a copy? I might end up going to my local record store and pick one as an early Christmas gift from myself to myself. This week we are going to get new Ghoulhouse, Kakihara and Indigosaur releases. Realm of Ghouls will be in the nasty death metal and grindcore veins, with a heavily saturated guitar and bass sound. The lyrics will be about zombies, gore and death. This one can be for fans of Repulsion, Autopsy and Early Carcass. To create the EP Love Songs Part 2, Kakihara mashed the most abrasive characteristics of hardcore and metalcore together to create a ferocious listening experience. This title will last approximately 10 minutes, so it's going to be short but intense. Despite the title, it's probably not the type of music that you are going to listen with your partner on Valentine's Day. Cosmic Censor by Indigosaur will contain some lyrics inspired by astronomy, a cool psychedelic atmosphere, and some nice grooves, making it a perfect soundtrack for a hypothetical weird acid trip aboard a spaceship. The 7th album into this list, Ashpawn, is by the Belgian black metal band Enthroned. This formation has been around for more than 3 decades. It has mastered its craft. The themes explored in the Enthroned compositions are influenced by occultism, esotericism, demonology, and philosophy. The songs in this upcoming album were notably written in collaboration with an occult author named Gilles de Laval, making Ashpawn an interdisciplinary work. The tracks generally alternate between mid and fast tempos, the guitar solos are tortuous and chaotic, and the ambience is demonic of course, the vocals in particular. Listening to this album will be like making a trip to a dark abyss. The first of my recommendations of the week is the debut album by the duo Jester Majesty, Infinite Measure of Finite Existence. This album, with a futuristic, dystopian and post-apocalyptic concept, is a reflection on the paradox between humanity's endless pursuit of knowledge and its biological limits, hence its title. The Jester Majesty tracks are a mix of progressive thrash and death metal, featuring technical playing, noticeable tempo changes, and relatively complex song structures. Those characteristics, along with the themes of the album, make Infinite Measure a thinking man's metal album. The songs remind me of the music of Coroner, Control Denied, and the proggy era of the band Death. The vocal production is interesting. There is often 2 distinct vocal tracks stacked on top of each other, creating a cool vocal effect. For its themes and musical complexity, Infinite Measure is a record that I recommend. For a debut album, Jester Majesty already sounds like a well-oiled machine. My second recommendation of the week and the album that I recommend the most today is Blood of the Bull, the upcoming LP by Upon a Burning Body, an ensemble from San Antonio, Texas. This band started out as a full-blown deathcore group in the early 2010s, but its sound is now closer to metalcore and groove metal, while retaining some deathcore elements. Blood of the Bull will be the first Upon a Burning Body record to be released independently, after its stints with Sumerian Records and Seek and Strike. The band still managed to give the album a good sound, production-wise, despite not being backed by a label anymore. This is a good example that it's not absolutely necessary for a band to be signed to drop a good product. The band appears to be confident in the quality of the music itself, because 6 singles from this album have already been released so far. I have listened to them all and I found the music to be powerful. Cuts like An Insatiable Hunger and Hand of God show a band on a pretty good form. Blood of the Bull is a promising one. This week there's going to be a good number of live releases. The first 2 are by progressive metal bands with a modern sound, while the last 2 are by old school formations. Tesseract will drop Radar, recorded in front of a sold-out crowd in 2024 at a festival in Manchester. The performance features a guest choir, the Choir Noir, who provide additional background vocals. Persefone will release live in Andorra, an album recorded in the band's home country. This one features the National Classical Orchestra of Andorra, who added a symphonic accompaniment to the songs. Coming Home by Scorpions was recorded in Hanover, the city the group comes from. It is intended to be a celebration of the 60th anniversary of the band and features the most iconic songs from the band's catalog. 10 More will be a posthumous release featuring the late founding MC5 member Wayne Kramer, playing a 10-song MC5 set with other musicians like Kim Tail of Soundgarden, Matt Cameron of Pearl Jam, and Billy Gould of Faith No More. So that's it for this week. If you found the content useful and like to stay up to date on the new heavy metal and hard rock releases that come out each week, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more heavy music related content. I have started to work on my top albums list of 2025 for a future video, but I am undecided about the number of albums I should include in the list. Should I include a lot of albums and talk briefly about each of them, or should I limit myself to a number like 10 to 12 records and elaborate more on why I think they are the best of the year? I would like to have your opinion on that. I just created a survey on the community tab of this channel, and you can choose which option you prefer or you think is best. It takes like 10 seconds to answer. I will take into consideration your opinions while creating the video or the videos in question. I thank you for watching the content, and I will talk to you later. Max Gray out. Cheers!